Wednesday, November 5th, 2014. Stupid people are stupid, and to enforce that point, I bring you this story. Shama and Shehzad, a married couple of the Christian faith and only identified by their first names, decided it was smart to travel to Pakistan and burn a Quran. They got what they asked for and were beaten by an angry mob, then they were burned to a crisp in a brick-making stove. Even though Texas is full of stubborn, bull-headed people who will say their opinion is right, even with an army of others with actual facts to prove them otherwise, it seems the gateway state to the Mongoloid South may be figuring out that facts are truth. The banning of hydraulic fracturing, aka fracking, in Denton provides a slight shimmer of hope in this otherwise red-tarded state. To prove that my opinion is fact when it involves voting, State Representative Roger Freeman had died at the end of October, yet his name was still on the ballots in the Seattle, Washington area. And he won, just for your information. Many people whom were interviewed after this finally became public knowledge were voting for him because they wanted to keep a Democrat in office or were voting along party lines. However, none of them knew that he was dead, nor were they voting for him due to his policies. But hey, at least a dead man can perform better than most people in politics, and that is why our country is run like a circus.
Bring one executive to his legislative, that's Congress. Bring 3 judiciary. See, it's kinda like my circus.
And congratulations to Oregon, Washington, D.C., and Alaska for finally legalizing recreational use of marijuana. Today from the past. In 2013, India launched the Mars Orbiter mission, its first interplanetary probe. In 2007, Android mobile operating system was unveiled by Google. Also in 2007, China's first lunar satellite, Sanji-1, achieved orbit around the moon. In 2006, Saddam Hussein, former president of Iraq, and his co-defendants Barzan Abraham al-Takirti and Awad Hamal al-Banars were sentenced to death for their role in the massacre of the 148 Shia Muslims in 1982. In 1937, Adolf Hitler held a secret meeting and stated his plans for acquiring, quote, living space, end quote, for the German people. In 1925, secret agent Sidney Riley, the first super spy of the 20th century, was executed by the OGPU, the secret police of the Soviet Union. In 1916, the Kingdom of Poland was proclaimed by the Act of November 5th of the Emperors of Germany and Austria-Hungary. In 1914, during World War I, France and the British Empire declared war on the Ottoman Empire. In 1912, Woodrow Wilson was elected to the presidency of the United States. In 1895, George B. Selden was granted the first U.S. patent for an automobile. And in 1872, during the women's suffrage in the U.S., in defiance of the law, suffragist Susan B. Anthony voted for the first time and was later fined $100. Births: Art Garfunkel, 1941. Geek News. Unfortunately, there is no geek news today. There is barely any news today at all with all the voting crap going on. But anyway, that leads me to this. And that is it for the show today. Links to everything I've talked about, as well as more information on those stories, are linked in the underbar. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection and rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. You will see me tomorrow.